A tall sail cuts through the black surface of the lake, approaching the shore. The water at the edge is frozen, but the Spinosaurus easily breaks through as it steps out on land. Its footfalls are booming, alarming the horses inside the barn. In bed, the rancher stirs. He blearily blinks his eyes open and sits up straight at the sound of heavy footsteps right outside his house. His wife slowly wakes up as well. Jonathan gets out of bed and walks around to the window looking out at the barn. The curtains were left open. Outside, the giant theropod meanders in between the house and the barn. It has come looking for the Tyrannosaurus Rex, which it had been able to hear from miles away and pinpoint its location. It circles the barn curiously. Ill-advised, the rancher palms his phone and activates the recording. When the Rex roar is broadcasted through the speakers, the Spinosaurus responds with a bone-chilling roar of its own. And unlike the calm demeanor of the Shantungosaurus before, who deduced there was no Rex, the huge predator is enraged hearing the roar of the competitor he had come to seek out. With one of its giant front claws, it takes a swipe at the roof of the barn. Shingles go flying, and wooden beams underneath crack and splinter with the force. The horses panic, but are confined to their stables. Jonathan rushes downstairs and steps into his boots. Wearing only his boots and his pajamas, he runs out the front door, across the porch, and the short distance to the barn. The Spinosaurus is on the other side and unaware of the human slipping into the structure. The rancher leaves the door to the barn open and is stopped dead in his tracks at the sight of the Spinosaurus forcing its snout through the hole in the roof. Stealing his nerves, Jonathan opens the stables one by one, and it doesn't take much to shoo the horses outside. Spooked, the first two bolt out the door. The Spinosaurus rips its snout out of the roof and roars at the animals galloping away. Jonathan mounts the last horse and holds on tight to its mane as he rides it out of the barn as fast as the animal can run. They escape just in time. The Spinosaurus spins around and swipes its powerful paddle tail against the side of the barn, and it cuts right through the wooden structure. The back half of the barn collapses. What is left standing, the Spinosaurus smashes by leaning its weight on the roof. Discovering no T-Rex was hiding in the now flattened barn doesn't calm the Spinosaurus down. The rancher's wife backs away from the window as the Spinosaurus stomps towards the house. But the trumpeting call of another dinosaur halts the predator. It spins around to peer into the black night. Appearing slowly through the snow is the Shantungosaurus. The bull has returned. It comes to a stop and rears itself up on its hind legs to make itself look even more enormous. When it drops its weight back down on its front limbs, the stomp is powerful enough to shake the ground, and some beams of the barn that were left standing upright topple over from the ground impact. Neither dinosaur is intimidated by the other, and with a snarl, the Spinosaurus barrels forward. The herbivore rears up again and turns away, narrowly avoiding having the Spinosaurus clamp its jaws shut on its head. The Spinosaurus snaps at thin air instead, just under the herbivore's chin. It claws at the animal's flank, and blood gushes out of the wounds and stains the snow beneath the fighting giants. With 4 feet back on the ground, the Shantungosaurus slams their sides together. The herbivore has weight and a sturdy quadrupedal stance to its advantage. The bipedal Spinosaurus has to make an awkward step to keep from toppling over. This gives the herbivore time to turn and swing its tail. With the Spinosaurus already off balance, the force is enough to throw the animal onto the ground. The Shantungosaurus stands over the fallen predator and with a groan leans back on its hind legs once more. The Spinosaurus cranes its neck in time to avoid the front feet of the Shantungosaurus crushing its skull when the animal stomps. Clambering up on its feet, the Spinosaurus snaps at the herbivore's front limbs, locking its jaws around it. The Spinosaurus pulls, trying to pull the herbivore's foot out from under it. But although its teeth slice the flesh, the stance of the animal is too sturdy. While the Spinosaurus holds on, the other giant lines them up side by side and slams its hips into the Spinosaurus. The move nearly knocks the Spinosaurus off balance again. It lets go of its hold on the Shantungosaurus and has to catch itself with its front limbs. The herbivore angles its body down and headbutts the carnivore against the ribcage. There's the audible crack of bones. But in the lower position, the Shantungosaurus has made itself vulnerable, and the Spinosaurus rears up and clamps its long, narrow jaws shut around the neck of the herbivore. The teeth pierce skin and muscle, and the shant trumpets out a low cry, and its front limbs buckle under it as the predator bears its weight down with both arms. The Spinosaurus struggles to keep its hold on the muscular neck of the herbivore. It adjusts the grip of its jaws, and the teeth leave deep gashes that drip more blood into the snow. As the other beast exhales, Snow dusts up, but it's not about to give up the fight. With a booming bellow, it stands up on its hind legs, using the weight of its tail to tilt itself upright and nearly lift the Spinosaurus clear off the ground. Now, with unsteady footing, the carnivore is powerless to control the movement of the opponent. The shant pivots, swinging them both around. The Spinosaurus' feet drag through the snow without grip, and the jaws lose their grip on the neck too. When it is forced to let go, the Spinosaurus crashes to the ground for a second time. The predator is slow to get up this time, and as it does, it gets smacked in the face by the thick tail of the other animal. The Shantungosaurus uses the moment to create some distance, lumbering away a few steps. With one trembling leg, the Spinosaurus hoists itself upright. It can't fully lean its weight on the leg and holds the foot lamely as it stands. It roars at the other giant, but the herbivore doesn't flee. It holds its ground and grunts and headbutts the air as a threat display. The Spinosaurus takes several labored breaths and considers going in for another attack, but already wounded, it decides not to risk further injury to itself. With a limp, the predator walks away into the lake and disappears under the surface.